I haven't done anything sweet recently and I'm in the mood for a bit of baking, so today I thought I'd do something that combines two very different types of sweet treat and turns them into this wonderful combination that is just absolutely delicious. Let's make some beautiful Oreo cheesecake cookies on the One Pot Chef. First things first, we need to crush up some cookies. Now, before anybody decides to point out the irony and paradox of buying cookies in order to make some cookies, I just wanted to say I'm aware of the irony. It's just we're making cookie-flavoured cookies, so that's how it works. So I've got 12 Oreo cookies. You don't have to use Oreos. You can use pretty much any cookie or biscuit you like. You could use Tim Tams, you could use plain cookies or graham crackers or whatever you like. Just the easy option with this one is Oreos because it has that sort of cookies and cream kind of flavour to it when we make these cookies. So all I've done is I've popped them into a Ziploc bag. I've let all the air out before I sealed it. Make sure the bag doesn't burst when I get violent with it. This is a good way of getting rid of any sort of pent-up tension. So get something heavy like a rolling pin, and all we need to do is just give it a bit of a bash. But what we're going to do is I don't want to pulverise this into crumbs. I want to have a bit of a mixture. So I want some crumbs, some little nubbly bits, some larger chunks, just a bit of a mixture. So get your implement of destruction and get bashing. Oh yeah, you like that, don't you? Oh yeah. I feel like I should have offered the cookies a safe word. Yeah! So I'll just give that a bit of a mix up there, and you can see there's a bit of a mixture. You've got crumbs, you've got nubbly bits, you've got a few larger chunks. That's perfect. And it's all sort of clumping together because you've obviously got that cream layer between the cookies, but that's pretty much what we're looking for. So we're going to set this aside while we make the rest of our cookie batter. Next, into a mixing bowl, I'm going to put in 125 grams, or about half a packet, of Philadelphia style cream cheese. I've got this at room temperature, so it's nice and soft and it'll be easy to beat. Now you can see there, that's nice and soft there, perfect. And I'm also adding in the same amount, 125 grams of butter, again at room temperature, so it is nice and soft, and I've just chopped it up into little bits. This will make it nice and easy to beat. A teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 3/4 of a cup of plain white sugar. And just using an electric hand mixer, we're going to beat the butter and the cream cheese and the sugar together until it's nice and smooth and creamy. I'm going to add in 1 cup of plain all-purpose flour in, and we're just going to beat that in until it's all mixed together. Our mixture has come together nicely. We're going to add in our crushed cookies. And just using a spoon or a spatula, we're just going to fold the crushed cookies into the batter until they're completely integrated. That's looking great. Now all we need to do is cover this with some plastic wrap, and we're going to pop this in the fridge to chill for about half an hour, just enough to allow this mixture to firm up enough to allow us to roll it into little balls. Once the cookie dough has firmed up in the fridge, we're just going to take teaspoonfuls of the mixture and we're just going to roll them into balls like so, and then just place them onto a lined baking tray. I've got a baking tray lined with some non-stick baking paper. I sprayed it with a little bit of oil to keep it in place. Once you've got each of the balls on there, just use a couple of fingers to lightly press them out like that, just so they can spread in the oven nicely. And just keep going with the rest. This amount of mixture makes about 20 cookies roughly. It depends on what amount you use for each of the balls. These are ready to go into the oven. Preheated oven, about 180 degrees Celsius, 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and we're going to bake them for about 12 to 15 minutes. While our cookies are baking in the oven, I thought I'd take this opportunity to remind you to check out my social media, Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Links in the video description underneath this video on YouTube. And speaking of YouTube, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Click the subscribe button and the notification bell next to it. That way you won't miss out on any of my new videos. Cookies are fresh out of the oven and they smell amazing. They look even better. All we're going to do is leave them on the tray on the counter for about 5 to 10 minutes just to allow them to cool slightly and allow them to firm up. Once they've firmed up a bit, we can transfer them onto a wire rack and allow them to cool completely. And here we have our completed Oreo cheesecake cookies. Absolutely gorgeous and so simple to make. These are absolutely delicious. They're slightly soft, they're slightly crisp, they've got that wonderful chunks of Oreo cookie all through it, cream cheese, it's sweet, it's buttery, and these are going to be absolutely fantastic. Reach out and grab yourself a cookie because you know these are going to be good. Okay, let's have a taste and see how beautifully coloured. They've got that wonderful sort of grey speckle and chunks on it. And just break that in half and you can see how they're nice and soft on the inside and lightly crisp on the inside. Time for a taste. Oh my god, they're good. They're not overly sweet. They've got that little background of sweetness to them. You get a bit of a hint of the vanilla. It tastes like a cheesecake, but in cookie form. It's really an odd combination, but it works so well. Dunking these in a glass of nice cold milk would be absolutely heaven, and I think that's what I'm going to do right now. Well, I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Check out my other videos at onepotchefshow.com, and until next time, see you later. Like I said, you don't have to use Oreos for this recipe. You could use pretty much any cookie or biscuit you like. You could also change it up, crush up your favourite candy, or chop up a chocolate bar, or you could use chocolate chips. You could do pretty much anything you'd like with this. It would be a really great combination of flavours using your favourite sweet treats and adding them into the mixture. So give it a try. Let me know in the comments what you want to mix into the mixture, and I'd love to try some of your favourites.